Okay, hey guys. Tonight or today, I'm sorry, I'm doing this at night, but today your math lesson is math lesson 111. You should have already done your fact practice for lesson 111, and you should have taken a picture, sent it to your teacher, and then that goes into your fact sheet section. What you're going to need for the lesson that we're about to do is you're going to need obviously your lesson worksheet paper, and as the instructions told you, you are going to need 12 pennies. Okay, so what we're going to do with our 12 pennies is we're going to talk about fractions. Now, we know that a fraction, like if we were talking about there were 4 pies and someone's family ate one of them, we care about 1 out of the 4, so 1/4 of the pies were eaten, right? Well, what if we wanted to know the fraction of a whole number? For example, let's say we'll look at your first circle. Let's say we have 12 pennies and we want to know what half of that is. Let's say 2 people wanted to share it. What you could do is take your pennies and you could split them. So you're going to take your 12 pennies and make equal groups. So put the same amount on one side as you do in the other. Pause the video and do that now. And I'm going to do it. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 6. So, hopefully you paused the video and put the right amount on each side, and you were able to figure out that 6 could go on either side. That would mean that half of 12 is 6. Okay? Now, clear your paper, so take your 12 pennies off. We're going to do the same thing with 1/3. What we're going to do is we're going to split our 12 pennies. So go ahead and pause your video and split your 12 pennies into the 3 sections of the circle. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. So hopefully what you were able to do is split your 12 pennies into the 3 sections, and each section would have how many pennies altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 4 pennies. All right, you can clear your board. Now we're going to do the same thing down here with this circle. We want enough pennies in each section. Well, we want equal amount of pennies in each section. So go ahead and do that for me. And pause the video if I'm going too fast. All right. Now, you should have been able to figure out that 1/4 of 12 would be 3. Now, let me show you something that I've noticed about these that we've done so far. Sure, we could go back and forth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to figure out that there were 6. Another way you can do this is by thinking, look at your number on the bottom, which is called your denominator, okay? And I want you to think, how many 2s does it take, or how many times do you skip count by 2 to get to 12? Well, let's do it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we skip counted 6 times, right? So you could easily think about it as 2 times what equals 12? 2 times 6 equals 12. Or 12 divided by 2 gives you 6. Or you can count it out. Like I told my class and the other 2 classes, you're going to learn this today with math. I kind of like to think about it as going to the beach. It doesn't matter if you go to the beach by helicopter, by plane, by car, by horse, or if you walk. As long as we all get to the beach, that's all that matters. As long as you can show me how you got there. And that's like math. You can do math a bunch of different ways as long as you can show your teacher how you got there. Typically, they're going to be okay with that. So for this one, 1/3 of 12, we did the pennies and we did them 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, you know. Or we can do our same thing that we did over here. How many 3s does it take to get to 12? Well, let's skip count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12. 4 would be your answer, and 4 is our answer. Look at this one. 1/4 of 12. We could do it and do the pennies in our circle, or we could have said, we could have skip counted by what? We could have skip counted by 4s and said 4, 8, 12, 3. The answer would be 3. So I want you to think about this one. We're looking for 1/6 of 12. So if we skip counted by 6 to get to 12, what would it be? 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So we think our answer might be 2. So let's write a 2 and a question mark. Now we can check ourselves with our pennies, right? Sure we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. How many pennies are in one piece of our pie? 2. So 1/6 out of 12 would be what? It would be 2. So our answer of 2 is correct. Now, let's use the rule that we did by figuring out the skip count with this column. Half of 10. How many 2s does it take to get to 10? Well, let's skip count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So your answer, half of 10, would be 5. Good. Now, 1/3 of 6. Well, let's skip count by 3s until we get to the number 6. 3, 6. How many did it take? 2. Awesome. All right, one more. 1/4 of 8. We're going to skip count by 4s until we get to the number 8. 4, 8. So 1/4 of 8 would be 2. All right, let's do one more together. 1/3 of 9. We're going to look at our bottom number of our fraction, which is the denominator. We're going to skip count by 3s until we get to the number 9. So let's skip count. 3, 6, 9. So what's 1/3 of 9? 1/3 of 9 is 3. Pause the video here, and I want you to try these two on your own. Okay, hopefully you were able to pause the video and remember to skip count. 1/4 of 4. If you skip count by 4 to get to 4, how many do you skip count by? 4. So it would just be 1. Good job. 1/2 of 8. Well, we're going to skip count by 2s until we get to the number 8. Go. 2, 4, 6, 8. So our answer would be 4. I want you to do the last column on your own. When you're done, take a picture, upload it to my work for your teacher to check. Then you also are responsible for doing your guided practice, side A, on notebook paper. Now, for number 4, you may draw the dots on the paper, on this paper, but your answer for 1/2 of 18 and 1/3 of 15 should be on your notebook paper. So you can draw your dots on the guided practice paper, but write your answers on your notebook paper. If you have any questions, let your teacher know. Bye.